Residents of South Holyoke are coming together in an effort to form a new neighborhood association. Holyoke City Councilor Nelson Roman sat down with Connecting Point correspondent Carolee McGrath to discuss the goals of this new group, including plans to attract new business and increase home ownership in their neighborhood.
Dealing with the residents and neighbors of South Holyoke, there was a need from the residents, the business owners, the churches, to really get together and form some kind of unity around crime, blight, addressing jobs and economic development. So this all formed from those creations and conversations with the residents and neighbors. They wanted this, and I made sure that once I ran and once I won and represented now Ward 2, that South Holyoke is the linchpin. It has to start from South Holyoke. The residents want to feel like we are a part of that stake. So it's because of that that I'm facilitating the start of this South Holyoke Neighborhood Association. We have about 10 to 15 residents, businesses, churches who all came together, as you saw recently a week or so ago, to really form this association. It comes from the people. They want it, so I'm helping to facilitate that.
So what are the goals for the association?
Yeah, so they've laid out at our very first meeting, which was awesome. We got together. The residents laid out very specific and targeted goals. So we asked them two questions. One, what are your hopes, aspirations, or goals for South Holyoke? And then the second component was, what are some of the obstacles in our way? So overall, I can tell you that the residents, businesses, church owners identified the fact and the need that South Holyoke truly needs to address blight, abandoned buildings. It needs to address crime and safety, even around traffic concerns, some things that I can take care of as a city councilor with easy orders to put more stop signs in. And then secondly, the need for more economic development down in South Holyoke, the fact that we need more jobs, job trainings, workforce development. There's a lot of homeless shelters and families in transition in South Holyoke. They would also like to see growth and progress. So the inclusion of a more diverse housing market, including some single-family homes, are all the top goals that they've identified. And lastly, some civic pride. They want to bring back a festival or some kind of unity and show some pride around South Holyoke.
I know one of the things that was talked about was taking ownership of the neighborhood, which obviously these residents are doing. How do you encourage businesses who come in, if you attract them to come in? First of all, how do you attract them? And secondly, to hire from that neighborhood?
Exactly, and that's a great question, so thank you so much for that. With regards to the existing businesses, and that's why we pride ourselves, we have Fiesta Cafe, which is a brand new cafe down on Main Street in Holyoke, only a year and a half old, that is actually expanding. They have their liquor license now. They're opening an outdoor patio. Attracting new businesses creates a way for us to truly in South Holyoke say, hey, if you're expanding, you have to hire local. We have partnerships. The new HCC is opening a culinary arts department right downtown on Ray Street. Those are all the connecting points in which I believe South Holyoke actually and Ray Street are the new economic development drivers. You're going to start seeing more pop-up shops and cafes and expanding current businesses. Capri Pizza has been there. They're celebrating their 50th year in South Holyoke. This is their 50th anniversary. So we have anchor institutions and businesses that say we want to do business in South Holyoke, and Willimantic Bridge recently was renovated. We need to create that existing corridor to attract and grow the current businesses. We have Napa, Seatown. There's a whole plethora of businesses currently there that are our anchors and our marketing tools to attract new businesses, and the residents from South Holyoke, exactly what you said, want that. So we have to work with organizations like Career Point, HCC, the new Picknelly Adult Learning Center to connect these individuals, specifically Latinos, around learning English. We have a great diverse, educated Latino workforce. We just need to get some conversational English classes, which, by the way, if you go to Fiesta Cafe, they have conversational English and Spanish groups that meet during the daytime. Those are the kind of new things that you might not have even heard about in South Holyoke that are going on it's all about information and connecting the knowledge. That's what this association will do.
And what about as a city councilor, to attract businesses, it has to be a nice deal, right? I mean, are you working in terms of, making it attractive as far as taxes and other issues that businesses would face if they're going to locate in Holyoke?
Precisely, and recently the City Council just approved the first step towards expanding. There's a company called Aegis. Aegis is a manufacturing company. They're looking to expand on the old Parson Paper site that has been blighted and run down for years. They're actually a cool company that provides a tri-source of energy. They take hot gas and they convert it into steam and hydroelectric power. They actually are the company that protect the U.S. Constitution, their energy program, okay? So that's one of our linchpins. They're expanding. We've approved the first step in that process. They're going to expand solar fields. Those are the kind of investments we need. And as a city councilor, I championed to approve that tax incentive with great work with the mayor's office and Marco and the economic development and planning offices. So yes, we are sending a message to businesses that South Holyoke And specifically this area, when you come right off of 391, Holyoke has amazing assets. It's a high-performance computing center, newly renovated is there. The hydroelectric dam, the cheap, efficiencies in gas and electric power we have with HG&E. Those are the kind of marketing tools that we want. And as you've seen, there is a new buzz coming on in Holyoke with this association. And me as the Ward 2 City Councilor, it's to say, hey, my ward, including down Springdale and Ingleside, has great economic development drivers where we can include more manufacturing, more high tech, and include the arts industries.
But one of the things that you had talked about were the obstacles, and a big obstacle, it's no secret, is crime. You know, as any city, you deal with crime, you deal with drug dealers and gangs. And if I were a business owner or a single mom who lived in that area, yes, you want to see these businesses come in. At the same time, you know, you might be afraid of some of the other things going on. How do you work with police? How do you encourage people to communicate with police without being afraid for their own safety? How do you make that happen?
And I think this is a great question. And recently, the police chief came out in the city of Holyoke saying that crime overall is down in the city of Holyoke. I see this as a glass half full mentality. I'm excited. You're absolutely right. And this South Holyoke Neighborhood Association is that first step. It is the residents, business owners, churches saying we're taking ownership of our streets. That includes fixing up blighted areas, identifying abandoned buildings where crime, where drug use can happen, tearing those down, and affording opportunities. I myself, being a formerly homeless man, I lived on 27 Cabot Street, got out of being homeless and staying off of 391 in a tent, to then being a productive citizen, giving back, paying my taxes. And so we need that same opportunity in the city of Holyoke. Unfortunately, that program has now since vanished on a statewide level, but how do we help those individuals get back on their feet? We do that by increasing recreational activities for young people and youth. So that's why as a city councilor, I'm aggressively fighting. Down in South Holyoke, our parks need amazing renovation. This year, you're gonna see major redevelopment around Susie Park, Carlos Vega Park, Jackson Square Courts, and also besides recreational activities, it's an increase in jobs. If the businesses feel like the residents care enough to keep the streets clean and that we are monitoring, including bringing back neighborhood watch programs, increasing the community policing, not necessarily just standing mobile, but actually getting in there, knocking on doors, identifying, that's truly, especially in our community, the Latino community, is all about that sense of personal connection.
And you'll be able to push out the drug dealers.
Exactly, or help them. It's not necessarily, listen, I know these men and women some of the times. It's engaging them and saying, hey, and it's including things like banning the box. I have an initiative locally to ban the box, so that way if you've been convicted of a felony or crime, you've come out on the other end, we need to work with the sheriff's department on making sure that these individuals can get employment, gainful employment, get back on their feet. So it's really working with them. If we increase their opportunity, you're going to see the crime rates go down even further, and I want them to be in my ward.
All right, Nelson Roman, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.